Class is in session. The Brofessor is in. We got the bargain bin. We're going to go over some characters that you can use that are going to help you and help your faction. They're not going to be the top 4 or 6 or 7 that I had in the previous video. And make sure you check out that previous video up here if you haven't. But these are going to be your next best bet in this boss battle, going up against Vader. It is the Vader boss battle. So what do we got? We got 900% more damage for immobile gems, 600% more damage for yellow gems if the faction competition would move. And multiply gems are going to increase their strength by 15. Can't use juggernaut gems. So the importance of this now coming into the bargain bin is that you need to realize also the damage and other things that are going to be done against you. So the damage per turn, we see this every time. That's every turn, and it stacks. The shield, we have a 110 yellow shield damage, or yellow shield gems need to be broken for level 23. We have a 2-turn freeze, and then we have a regeneration, increase MP cost. We're going to need regeneration to help us with this one, but at level 23, that'll be plus 10. So there's a lot of things to keep in mind. Make sure your boss breakers are up as high as they can go to help you and your faction. So while Billy Rieger might be the best in this category, there are a lot of people that do yellow gems and yellow gem damage. Part of the outside of the top 4 for me were 2 people. So one of them was Dusty Rhodes. The other one was Cody Rhodes. And both of these Rhodes in the focused category for me are going to do very well. And so they have a space in the bargain bin because they aren't the top in their category, but they will do very, very well. They will smack very, very hard. Other people that do yellow gem and yellow gem damage, somebody like Rosie, who's going to turn a whole bunch of leech gems into yellow gems, but not hit the other major categories that we're looking for. We want to make sure that we try to hit somebody who's going to do these 2 things right here, which brings us to someone that I don't like to talk about very much. If you know, you know. Shinsuke Nakamura, this is actually going to do really well. Bottom 3 rows are going to be really powerful multiply gems. He was another one I was considering for that top 4 video, but he will not do as hard or as well, as Billy Rieger, the main man. But Shinsuke Nakamura is definitely someone who's going to do amazing in that role. We can look at these ones right here. Here's somebody else who makes a lot of immobile gems, Hall of Fame Vader, if you have him. So this would not be the moveset. It would actually be the triple black moveset. So he has a bonus damage for every immobile gem. And it would, that plus making 4 rows and so forth is also going to be really good. So Striker Vader, Hall of Fame, the other Vader, when we're in a Vader weekend, is going to do really well. Another one that you can use, and specifically now, we have Grayson Waller, who makes multiply gems that you can use. You can choose the yellow. The pyro gems also make excuse me, some yellow, and this might actually work as well, because it's a 3x1. If it doesn't work, you'd have to use some green moves, but a triple yellow moveset for Grayson, newly rewired and revamped. Grayson Waller could be someone you can use as well. Next on the list for us would actually be a great free-to-play option would be actually Dexter Lumis. For those that have him up there playing with the yellow moves, right? These are going to make silence gems. So he's not going to make the 2 other gem categories that we need, but he is going to have a bunch of yellow gems being made. And he does have the Luthez. That's going to increase our gem damage and make yellow. So he's going to be someone very useful for you in that focused category. All right, let's move ourselves on to the chaotic category and people we can use doing both of these things together. Someone very good for this one. If you listened to me a few months ago when you got Hall of Fame Rey Mysterio, is someone, and you got his gear too, also very important. All color moves starting with more moves on there. You have somebody who can also make multiply gems and has pyro gems. They are random, but they do make yellow. So that is two of the things that we are looking for, is multiplies and yellows. So Hall of Fame Ray, welcome to the bargain bin. Another person in the bargain bin that you can think of, and this is where this man, Relentless, finds himself more often than not. What you can do with him is actually, and this goes with anybody, in case I forget anybody that has a red move and breaking red gems, you can use one of these, and this is going to help you with all that extra gem damage. So KO stacking the damage as he does with his trap gems. Now you got the sheriff's badge, he's breaking red, then you're going to generate 30 more yellow at whatever that percentage is, boosted and buffed 2 times over. So that could be somebody else who would be very good for the bargain bin. He might even be your best, who just need a second turn or maybe more to get him going. Another sort of free-to-play option for people who have, and lots of people have Jerry Lawler up to 6-star or 6-star silver, as I do in my case, is somebody who makes a lot of reinforced gems and turns all of those into yellow gems. Although, again, someone good for a shield break, someone who's going to do some damage. It's not going to be as high as other people in the bargain bin, but I'm just trying to find options for y'all. On top of that, if we're looking for yellow and multiply, let's take the multiply off. Do we have anyone? We have no one in that category doing that. So even just in the yellow category of people, Hall of Fame, Shawn Michaels, making all that sweet chin music, 48 random gems are going to be put into yellow gems. And he doesn't have a decrease the damage. No, that's not the one we're looking for. He doesn't have one that makes, make protect gems. So none of that helps us. That increases your purple. But he does have one that can help with a shield, do a lot of yellow gem damage, but not as much as some of the others we've already mentioned. Who else is within our yellow sphere of influence? Terry Funk. Terry Funk is somebody else who can make pyros into yellows and so forth. Pyros turn into multiplies with the clothesline. The pyros make power gems on that case, but he does make a bunch of multiplies. So the double blue making a bunch of multiply gems and then destroying those. So he's going to have a chance to do a little bit of damage for you. Another one that we can look at in just the yellow category, very rare, I understand that, but some of y'all like myself, if you haven't checked out the video, check out the reaction video of me getting the Usos. This is somebody else who makes a bunch of pyro gems that make multiplies, that makes yellows. So there's somebody else, and it also, the bite increases the multiply gem damage. So there's somebody who can do both of the other things that we need as well in that category. I think that's all I found in that category, but y'all, as always, put in the comments if I miss anybody that you think you should be there. In terms of multiply gems and yellow gems, I know y'all are going to bust out Undertaker, but there is a way to run Lashley to do this, right? Yellow gems get more damage if you've gotten his gear this past week. He does have snowfalls that make yellow gems. He does have a move that makes protect gems into multiply gems of 14. So there is a way to run this, to put multiplies and to get the yellows out on the board. So Lashley's someone who you can use in this aggressive category, probably with some success. Other people that are going to make a lot of yellow gems for you. I've already said that Captain Lou's probably going to be the top one in that category. But Kevin Owens' greatest hits is going to make yellow gems for you as well. Where is it? No, he makes red gems. Whoops, strike that. He's not going to make the ones that we want. He does reinforce. He does have a choose move. But since everyone has that, there's a free-to-play option. He has a choose move. I knew he was on my list for a reason. You are going to choose. It's not going to be a lot of them, but you do have the option to choose some yellow. Free-to-play options might not always be the best, and that's a case of it. For sure. So we forgot to add in some carry and cross in terms of focused people that we can use, especially because, again, it's immobile gems. That's what he's doing. And if you have his plate, if you have the nearing end plate is what it's called. And you can get the exploder suplex doing all that extra bonus damage. I think Karrion Kross could be a really good poster to play here in the focus category. I forgot to mention him, so I thought I'd cut in here to look at that. Not that we were looking at Brock Lesnar, but if we were looking at yellow gems heading back into this category, then it's hard not to look at the Bionic Redneck, also someone who does red gem damage, or sorry, red gem destruction, so you can probably put a nightmare plate on him, but you got the bonus damage with the finisher, the mud hole stomp, which is going to get all that extra bonus damage for yellow gems. That's really the big key using Austin right there. I think that was all I saw here, if I remember correctly. I think he was also another one that makes a bunch of yellows. The Bulldog, the reinforce goes into red. You choose yellow. There we go. He does have a yellow. He has a snowfall yellow. So he's going to make some yellow for you. Not going to do a ton of damage, but someone that a lot of people have recently maybe have had him. So he's going to do well there. If we head into the defensive category, I'm going to put Apollo here as well, because without a drip plate, Apollo's still going to be really good, but just less good, I guess, in that sense. He's going to be able to break a lot of yellow gems, like I said in the other video. Somebody else you can think about in this category, going to be able to do a lot of good damage for you, is someone who makes immobiles and yellows. Giovanni Vinci. He's going to be really good for this as well. Bonus damage is what you're going to be using it for right there. All of that extra wonderful bonus damage for immobiles. So Giovanni Vinci is going to have a place there. Someone who makes multiplies, and somebody who unfortunately turns them all green, but does have some yellow moves within there. So someone who can make yellow gems and someone who can make multiply gems. So Zombie Dom is also going to be in that category of people. As well as, hey, Showstopper Sean with his wonderful gear. All gem damage, but he is also going to make immobile gems. It's going to turn the immobiles black with this move, but this move up here makes immobiles into yellow. So Sean, while his time in the game has passed in many ways, is someone that you can bring in if you have him high enough to bust a bunch of immobile gems and to make yellow gems. So he's someone viable for this one. I believe you are also immobiles and yellows, Eric Bischoff. Immobile gems and 5x1 jug. So that actually might work. This might actually work for you. You might actually be able to play this move if the immobile 1x5 actually still works. And then he's got the super kick for the bonus damage for immobiles. So those two things come into play and are helpful for him. Who do we have doing both, I guess, is the better question. Someone like you, someone like the honky tonky man making yellow gems. That makes row breaks. He does make a bunch of immobiles, but that's about it for him. Again, free to play character that you can plug in and play. I did say Triple H Hall of Fame was good in the other video. He's still good regardless of that portion of it. Hall of Fame Diamond Dallas Page is going to make his finisher swaps into yellow gems, but that's about it for him. His submission also does yellows. He's going to be doing a lot of power gems, but if you're looking for someone to just make yellow gems, then that is someone else you can use there. Who else is my multiply people? It would take a little bit of work, but I know that Braun Strowman, the Strowman Express, does make multiply gems. So he's got multiply moves. He does have immobile, but you got to put them on yourself. So this would be a black, and convert all of them. You can go triple black with him, convert all the mobiles into multiplies, but then you have to turn a bunch of random areas into yellows. Not the greatest, but it's something that hits all three categories if you had to use them. Anybody else sort of worth using on this? Multiplies and other things. I'm sure I've missed somebody in this category. And you know what? I'm going to leave it at that. You all can tell me what you like in the defensive. I don't think the defensive is going to help you very much beyond healing your team. So we'll leave it there for the Bargain Bin. Thank you to class. And give this the like, the share, the subscribe. And as always, let me know in the comments if I've missed anybody. Add to the list. The list is not complete. The bro always misses somebody. So I think you missed blank. Add it in the comments. Appreciate you coming to class. Brofessor out.